All right, welcome race fans. Tonight, ECR Race for the Chase, race number 7 here at Martinsville for 250 laps, and we're seeing some great times put out here. Matthew Thunhorst, Brian Wilderson, and Colin Fern rounding out the top 3 as they enter this race here tonight. It's going to be they've been out here practicing for a long time tonight, couple hours, so they're getting used to the setups. Going to be a tough race here under overcast skies, realistic weather going on. So we're ready for a good race here, and thanks for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV. We are about 4.5 minutes away from qualifying. I believe some of the drivers are in a driver's meeting as we speak, so we'll get with them here in a couple of minutes. I have a couple of drivers that I do want to talk to, so we will get to that here in just a minute. Alright, looks like we've been given the okay here, so I'm going to drag one of the guys down to the booth with me here. I guess we'll start out with Doug Hess. Doug, are you there? Douglas Hess.
Yeah, I'm here.
I wanted to talk to you. Last week you wound up winning the race at Talladega. Tell me about that event and how that's going to affect you coming into tonight.
Well, I mean, it was a nice finish, Talladega. Glad I got the win. You know, I had some help, but it's not going to really affect anything for tonight because it's a totally different track.
Well, did it kind of boost your confidence a little bit that you can bring it to victory lane? Did it have any effect on that whatsoever?
Well, yeah, it's definitely a confidence booster, but at the same time, it's Talladega. You know, a lot of people can win there. You know, I just happen to put myself in position and get it done.
Well, that's what it takes sometimes, just keeping yourself in position, you know, and yeah, you just happen to be right there at the end. So anybody watching can go back and watch last week's race right here on MaxSpeedTV YouTube. And but how is your car feeling for tonight, and what is your plan for the night?
Well, I mean, I got a good car. I don't think I'm as fast as the 6. I think he's the fastest car, 6 and a 13. I don't know. I'm just going to try to hang with them, and hopefully they have problems.
Well, that's not out of the realm of possibilities here because it is Martinsville, where tempers will flare tonight. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of close racing. But we'll wish you good luck out there, Doug, and maybe you'll get a victory number 2 under your belt tonight.
That'd be nice. I appreciate it. Thanks, Rudy.
Yes, sir. All right, one more guy I wanted to talk to is Matthew Thunhorst. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Matthew, you got your top of the leaderboard. Everybody's a little bit feared of what tonight's going to bring. It is Martinsville, and like I was just talking to Douglas there for a minute, saying this is a track where tempers will flare. What is your, do you have a good car, and what is your plan?
I don't want to say anything that'll jinx myself, but I definitely think I got a car that I should be talking to you at the end of the night with. We put a lot of time and effort into this car. I think we might have a strong chance of doing some good things here tonight.
Well, that's always a good thing. Well, you are you did win the last segment. This being the what is this? The eliminator? No. Yeah. This is the eliminator round, isn't it? You won the last round. I guess it don't matter. Well, here, I got it. I can show you here. The chase grid. Yeah, this is the eliminator round, the beginning of the eliminator round. So, and you won the last round, so that's good. Is this the foremost thing on your mind here coming into tonight?
Not really win the round, just make sure I move on. And what I've done so far in this chase is act like I need to go out there and just, pull great run after great run.
The next round?
And not really win the round, just make sure I move on. And what I've done so far in this chase is act like I need to go out there and just, pull great run after great run, not act like I've got any cushion. And we'll try to do that tonight, and hopefully we'll end up in Homestead. But
very good, very good. All right, well, good luck out there. You got just a few seconds left to qualifying, so good luck, and maybe we'll talk to you at the end of the race. Okay, everybody is ready for qualifying. And we'll move on to that here in just a minute, folks, but we will be right back. All right, folks, we are back. Qualifying underway. We've got just a little over 8 minutes left of qualifying, so let's see who can get that top spot. Right now, looks like Thunhorst not disappointing by grabbing it. Doug Hess right there, second place. Colin Fern with a great run in third. All right, a little less than 2 minutes away, and we will be getting ready for the green flag to drop and get this race underway. 250 laps at Martinsville with the ECR League. All right, that's going to wrap up qualifying. And we'll get down here in a minute as they get lined up on the grid and give you an account for where everybody is going to be starting tonight. All right, let's see here. Starting on the pole, Matthew Thunhorst, the winner of the last round, not the last race, the last round, bringing in almost an 18-second flat lap time here. That's a great lap time. Brian Wilderson starting on the outside of the front row. In third, Douglas Hess. Fourth, Jeremy Rubin. Colin Fern coming in fifth. Mark Figueroa in sixth place. Ken Worley seventh. Luis Salmaso eighth, which Luis may be joining me in the booth if he gets wrecked out. We're hoping that doesn't happen to him. AJ Scarborough in ninth place. Justin Bland starting 10th. Will Prue in 11th place. Rob Burns 12th. Nicole Johnson in 13th. Michael Kinner 14th. Chris Turquoise in 15th. Matt Moritz in 16th. John Schweikert starting 17th. Anthony Thitchner in 18th. Stephen Massey 19th. Sean Medling 20th. Nathan Casillas in 21st. And Ron Miller rounding out the field in 23rd place. All right, they are rolling out. Now they do get 2 laps here, 2 pace laps before they get the green flag, so they'll go around a couple of times before the pace car dives onto pit road. They do this at a lot of the short tracks, so something that you have to kind of get used to in iRacing. All right, one more to go. Pace car dives to pit road. Thunhorst waiting on the green flag here. Brian Wilderson starting on that outside. And there he goes. Green is out. We're underway here at Martinsville with ECR. Race for the chase tonight. Race number 7. 250 laps here at Martinsville. We got one into the wall back there. Looks like Jeremy Rubin gets into the outside wall, and he's going to lose quite a few positions. A lot of guys looking for a way to get around him. Justin Bland comes up on the inside. And it looks like he is going to take over that position. So Justin Bland goes into 8th. Matthew Thunhorst did lead the very first lap of the race, but he's got company up here. Brian Wilderson not letting him get out there too awful far. All right, let's go back in the field here a little ways. Michael Kinner, 14th place. And he's got a hard charge in Anthony Thitchner on his tail. Anthony's another one. He said he didn't think he had that good of a car. He said he may be joining me in the booth as well. He gets around Michael Kinner, putting Michael back to 15th. Sean Medling hanging on to 16th. John Schweikert, 17th. Stephen Massey, 18th. Matt Moritz in 19th. Ron Miller, 20th. And Chris Urquois, 21st. Looks like everybody else, just a short field, 21. Pretty good amount for this track. Up front, still hanging on to the lead. Matthew Thunhorst, Brian Wilderson hanging on to him. Mark Figueroa back here in 5th place. Looking for a way to get around Douglas Hess. Doug got passed up by Colin Fern. Whoa, close call right there. Almost getting together. Figueroa taking it to the bottom, and they do get together. Is that going to bring a caution out? No. Yes, there it is. That's what brought the caution out. Let's go back and take a look at this. Figueroa trying to hold on to that position, takes it to the bottom here, and lets right there. Looks like Doug Hess gets into the back of Figueroa. Just drove it in there a little bit too deep, and does come up into Figueroa. One of them Matt Kenseth deals. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. So that brings out the first caution of the race here on lap 11. And the leader is bringing them all to pit road. And let Brian Wilderson's going to stay out, and he's going to get credit for leading that lap. Funhorse brings it to pit road. Let's see what he does here when he comes to his pit stall. I'm sure it's going to be a 4-tire change, and if there's anything he needs to change, tire pressures, springs, whatever, this is the time to do it here. All right. Well, the leader is going to be Brian Wilderson. Luis Salmaso going to be second. Will Prue in third. Anthony Fitchner fourth. These guys all stayed out. John Schweikert stayed out. He'll be fifth. And then Matthew Thunhorst coming off pit road will be in sixth place. Colin Fern seventh. AJ Scarborough in eighth. Justin Bland ninth. And Nicole Johnson rounds out the top 10. All right, the lights go out on the pace car. You know what that means. We're going back green. Pace car heads for pit road. Brian Wilderson and Luis Salmaso on the outside. Let's see what happens here. And we have green. Boy, Brian snuck that one in on Luis. Will Prue taking over second. Now on the outside, Anthony Fitchner trying to get a run on Luis. Not able to do it on that high side. Thunhorse driving around. John Schweikert on the outside. I've seen that a good many times this past weekend. That outside line does have a pretty good grip up there, actually. And here comes Colin Fern now trying the same trick, but Schweikert holds off Matthew Thunhorse. Matthew must have slipped a little bit there in the turn or something. Justin Bland in 8th. Riding along here with Justin Bland on the roof cam. Thunhorse hanging on to John Schweikert's tail. Trying to get a run here. He does go in pretty deep into the turn. It looks like he is going to take over that position. Schweikert's still there. Thunhorse can't come up. Now it looks like he does complete the pass on him. Fitchner and Colin Fern still battling out. Colin Fern's going to go into 4th. Fitchner knows that Matthew Thunhorst is closing up on him. Quite the gaggle of cars behind Fitchner. Now Schweikert to the inside is going to take up that position. He's taking it back from Matthew Thunhorst. trying to utilize every bit of that track that he can possibly utilize. I'm telling you, boy, that's some good racing going on right there. Thunhorse and Schweiker. Let's go back in the field here a little way. Jeremy Rubin, 13th place. Settled in here pretty much. Running real well, keeping his car clean. Wants to be there at the end. Mark Figueroa, 14th. Nicole Johnson now back to 15th. When I was watching Doug Hess, now Doug's a lap down, and I'm not really sure how he is a lap down, but must have had a little damage on that car, which I see there is still a little damage on the right rear of that. He may have got that on a restart. Oh, we've got a pile up. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. It was up ahead of him, actually. Trying to find, I think this was Stephen Massey, possibly. Let's see where this happened. Fitchner bounce off the wall. He gets into the back of Stephen Massey. Different braking points. Driving it into the turn. Let's see if we can figure out here. Fitchner. I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. There we go. And I'm not sure if Massey just backed off a little early or what, but Fitchner gets into the back of him and spins him around. Now that was quite the mess in behind them, folks. A lot of guys going to get involved in that too. Looks like Michael Kinner may have got a little damage on his car. Quite the pack in here that did get a little bit of damage. Ken Worley might have got a little left front damage. So, second caution of the race out, folks. And that's going to give the lead up to Luis Salmaso. Some of the guys coming down pit road, but Luis and John Schweikert still have not been on pit road. Want to stay out just as long. They probably got it mapped out to where they know where they want to pit. You know, what laps and all. So we'll keep an eye on them too. So we're not much time to talk to people in between. I may try here in a little bit. Maybe on the next caution, I'll try to see if I can quickly drag somebody down to the booth with me and talk with them. Don't give you much time on these short tracks, so I apologize for that. Alright, lights are off on the pace car. We're going green next time by. Luis Salmaso, John Schweikert on the front row. Michael Kinner and Brian Wilderson on the second row. Let's see what these guys have got for them. Wilderson's already led 16 laps. Thunhorst 11. And now Luis Salmaso's led 4. Pace car is in and we have a green. Good start by Luis. You just got to let it drive itself around the corners. Just let it drift around there, or however the car just wants to go freestyle. A little bit of braking. A lot of braking, actually. Let off the throttle, a lot of braking. Tight racing here. And we have another caution, folks. Oh. Matt Moritz into it. We got Anthony Fitchner going to get some damage on that. So let's see what happened here. Oh, right there where it happened. Looks like AJ going to get involved in that. It looks like he bounces off the wall and gets into Sean Medling. Yes, sir, and that's gonna collect Sean Medling into it. That was the start of it. He gets into the number 78. Oh my, upside down and on the roof. Look at that, on the roof of Anthony Thitchner's car. Poor AJ, boy, he's going to have a lot of damage on that car. All right, let's see what happens here. Luis Almaso still in the lead. Let me see if I can drag Anthony down here with me. Anthony Thitchner, are you there?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Well, how much damage you got there, brother?
Oh, we got 1 minute 21 optional, 9 minutes of required.
Ouch. Man, that didn't even look that
Yeah.
bad. But
Yeah, we had somebody pull up the track there in front of me.
Yeah.
I just slammed right into him.
yeah, just kind of the wrong place at the wrong time, I think, is what happened there. You just come around and there was a car right in front of you, nowhere to go. But we've seen AJ go right up over the roof of your car. That was amazing.
Yeah, I was actually surprised it went through that one. I guess it just kind of glitched there. iRacing technical difficulties there, but I guess I couldn't make it through the next one. It is what it is, man. I wasn't expecting much here. I knew it was going to be just trying to survive. We'll try to get it fixed here, get it back out there.
All right, well, I don't know if you want to stay down here. You want to go back up there?
I'll tell you what, I'll move. I'm gonna try to get this repaired as much as I can. I'll probably move down if we feel like we're not gonna finish this.
All right, brother. Well, hopefully you can get it fixed up and get back out there. Good luck.
All right, bud. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we're about to go back green, but we got some blinkers in there. Wow, William Prue blinking like a freight train there. He's blinking really bad. Looks like he may be heading for pit road. Whew, man, that's bad. I never seen anybody blink that bad. All right, here we go. Nope, they waved it off. They waved it off, yep. But we will have one more lap of caution here. Looks like pace car going to head back out. Lots of laps to go, folks, so don't go anywhere. This is when it's going to get exciting. All right, now pace car's back in. As they got them all lined back up again. Wilderson on the outside. And there goes Luis jumping that start. Great start. Wilderson all over the back of him. Thunhorst in third and Michael Kinner in fourth. He did get a little bit of damage on that first accident. Stephen Massey working his way up through. Looks to the inside of Michael Kinner. That is for position. And he's going to take that away from Michael Kinner. And here comes Justin Bland trying the outside move. Not able to get it done, though. Jeremy Rubin in seventh. Let's go back up front here. Brian Wilderson now under pressure here by Matthew Thunhorst. Thunhorst going to drive by on the inside and take that position from Brian Wilderson. Brian goes back to third and Thunhorst up to second. Well, while them guys are racing, Matt Moritz is coming back off of pit road. Chris Surcois with a lot of heavy damage on his car, running in 16th place. Nicole Johnson 15th. A lap down. But I don't want to leave this here because we're about to see a lead change. Matthew Thunhorse drives it around Luis, and Brian Woodleson trying it now too. Looks like he's going to make it stick, and Luis goes back to third. We got about a 4-car breakaway here. Stephen Massey still hooked up here with these other 3 ahead of him. And Justin Bland back in 5th. Driving a Toyota Camry today, running in 5th.
Hey, Rudy, I'm going to join you in the booth here for another 4 minutes while I'm sitting here repairing, bud.
All right, sounds good. Now, this is exciting racing out here. Boy, Thunhurst showing the way, showing his muscle out here tonight. We know that he did have very good practice. He had a great qualifying time, and he's led 14, make that 15 laps. He wants to beat Luis. Luis led 18 laps already. Boy, that was quite a power move by Luis.
Yeah, Matthew's the one to beat here tonight, man, for sure. We have a lot of cars here that are pretty fast, but as you see, they're going to get taken out here pretty early. It'll be down to survival, man. I mean, if a caution comes out here now, Will Prue will be the lucky dog, so I bet he's hoping for one here.
Close race, and Stephen Massey has been trying everything to get by Luis, and he just can't get that bottom lane open where he can get a run on him. But I've been seeing, Anthony, a lot of guys trying that high side, and it's working. Or he drives around.
Yeah, the guys passing on the outside here?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them, yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about earlier there when we were just talking about the racing, and I forget who it was. I think it might have been Matthew Thunhorse that told me. He said, yeah, if you can get a good run on that high side, once the track's cooler up there, you know, you get a little bit more grip.
Yeah, that might be so. I'll tell you what, if you get a good run on the outside, man, you got the car to beat tonight, because I feel like anytime I'm on the outside, I just get picked off and people are on the inside there. So if you can actually make a pass on the outside, you got the car to beat tonight.
Well, I seen that Saturday in another race too. They were doing that passing on the outside. I mean, you could work that inside, and all you were doing is wearing your tires out. And they would just wait till the guy wore his tires out, you know, holding that inside lane, and they'd just drive around the outside.
Yeah, if you look here, the rubber's already building up there on that first lane. There's not much rubber buildup on the outside, so I'm wondering how that's going to play a part in this later on in the race.
Oh, I think it's going to be a major part. It's really going to make a difference. I think you're going to see definitely a multi-groove race here tonight. But I'm telling you what, Brian Wodelson is not letting Matthew Thunhorse get away. Matthew's thinking, man, I just can't shake this dude. You know, he's like the thing that won't go away. But they pulled away.
Yeah, Brian
pulled away by 3.6 seconds over Stephen Massey in third.
Yeah, you got John Schweikart trying to get past Justin Bland here, who, is it Justin Bland? No, it's, Justin Bland, and he got Stephen Massey in front of him. So, I mean, I know John's got just as good as a car as Brian does. He'll be trying to make his way through traffic, trying to catch them. You know, cautions are going to play a big part in tonight, man. Strategy is going to be a big key, and just trying to keep it out there, keeping, you know, surviving. He's looking inside at Justin right now.
Yeah, Jeremy Rubin in 6th place. And it looks like Schweikart is going to take that position away. Now he's setting his sights on Stephen Massey. He knows that if he keeps letting them leaders stay out there, they're going to keep pulling away, and he'll never catch them. Then he's going to take a caution to catch up to him. Luis back in 7th place. Did lead 18 laps earlier. Colin Fern in 8th. Mark Figueroa 9th, and Michael Kinner back to the 10th place with a little damage on his car.
Oh yeah, if anybody ever seen our last Martinsville race, man, Sean Medling was the one to win it, and his car did not look like a winning car. You know, you just got to be there at the end, and then be in that position to win it. You don't have to have the car; you just got to survive to win it, and that's all it's going to take. So it's going to be interesting here for you, man, for the rest of this race. I am going to step back up into the race lobby, and I'm going to try to pull back out here and just pick up positions hopefully here throughout the remainder of this race, man. Good luck to you. Hope you guys enjoy.
You too. Ken Worley, last one on the lead lap in 11th. William Prue is the first car lap down. He is praying for a caution right now, but it doesn't look like we're going to get it just yet. He would be the actual wave by, and we're waiting to see Anthony Thitchner going to get back out on the track, try to pick up a few more positions. As Funhorse now is starting to pull away from Brian Wilderson. He's got about a 4/10 lead on him. And it's a long way back to third place, Stephen Massey. He's 5.5 seconds behind, which is about almost a straightaway. And he's got John Schweikert all over him. Looks like he may have got a little damage on that car too, either from John Schweikert or someone out there has given him a little damage. He's got a very hungry John Schweikert behind him. John wants this win tonight. He's not in the chase or anything, but he wants this win. The R beside their name stands for rookie. So Justin Bland back 8.1 seconds, back in 5th. Colin Fern in 6th, as he did get around Jeremy Rubin. Rubin now back to 7th. And from there on back, we've got a pretty good gaggle of cars. Mark Figueroa, Luis Salmaso, Michael Kinner, and Ken Worley. If we can't maybe take a little bit better look here back at Ken Worley, you can see a little bit of damage on Ken's car on that left front. Doesn't seem to be affecting his speed here tonight because he's really doing a great job. But these guys are 14 seconds behind the leader now, which really puts them not that far ahead of the leader. Maybe 5-6 seconds at the very most. Let's see if we can get a glimpse here. Whether there's the leader right there. So about a turn, less than a straightaway. Now these guys are starting to get hooked up pretty good out here. Well, let's see. Anthony Thitchner does get back out on the track. He didn't get all the damage fixed. He got the required. And that's all he was going to do. But he's out there to pick up positions. He's picked up about 3 positions already just by going back out. So one that's on pit road, Doug Hess. Not sure if he's going to be able to get back out or not. Looks like a tire change in progress here. And he's sitting there trying to get some damage fixed up. Wilderson still hanging on to Thunhorst. He just will not let him get out there, man. I'm telling you, that's what you got to do, though. He's staying right with it. Now they come up on some lap traffic there. That was Matt Moritz that they just went by, and they're about to catch up to somebody else here. Michael Kinner will be the next one for them to catch up to. Dunhorse starting to put a little distance now on Brian Wilderson. Schweikert in third. Running about 6.5 seconds behind the leader right now. Stephen Massey fourth. We've had a nice long green flag run here after we had a couple of brief cautions there. 3 of them for 16 laps, and it's been green ever since. So pretty good. This is not bad for these guys. This track, this paperclip track, as everybody calls it, it's tough to race here at Martinsville. And to hang on for 250 laps, I'm telling you, it's going to take one heck of a lot of endurance for these guys. Colin Fern in the Wheaties car, keeping it clean. Mark Figueroa gets around Justin Bland. Or, I'm sorry, Jeremy Rubin. I'm sorry, my bad. Jeremy Rubin back in 8th place. You can see how much braking they're doing in the turns, folks. You can see the glowing of the rotors as they go by. So they're using a lot of braking in the turns. Check in here with Ken Worley because he's the last one on the lead lap. And he's not that far ahead of the leader right now. Leader coming around a half a straightaway. Half a straightaway. Brian Wilderson still trying to hang on to him. Well, I'm wondering if we could maybe get a word in with another driver here. Let me see if I can find somebody that's got damage and sitting on pit road. Matt, do you have a copy? Matt Moritz, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's going on with your car there, brother? Is it too much damage to continue?
Yeah, I got up there for a little bit, and I had to downshift because it seemed like I wasn't going fast enough, and it blew the engine as soon as I shifted back up to 4th gear.
Oh, man, you're kidding me. Oh,
Nah.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, I was looking forward tonight. I had internet issues all week, so I didn't get much track time. So I was just trying to feel it out early and making some gains on the car. Felt good, and then I just got caught up in that one accident.
Yeah, we seen you blinking there. Man, you were blinking really, really bad there for a little bit. Just the internet. Oh, we have a caution here. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, ready?
Oh, right there it is. Oh, no. Looked like Anthony Thitchner gets into the back of somebody there. Let me get down here a little closer and we'll check this out. Looks like the number 83, William. Right there, he gets into the back of him. Well, Will Prue was blinking really bad, and that was probably kind of like on him for Anthony Thitchner come around the corner there, and it looked like Will wasn't there, and then he was there, so he didn't know if he was or not. That was one of them deals. So, all right, well, that brings out the caution here after that nice long green flag run. But I'm sorry, go ahead and continue on telling me about your story there, brother.
Yeah, the car felt good. Teammate, car owner, Mark, he did a heck of a job with the setup and just had to get a few laps underneath my belt and get comfortable with it.
Well, you know, it took out a lot of good cars in that wreck, or that last wreck there, and it just seemed like you were another one that was kind of like a victim of circumstance. But are you going to be able to, you think, get it out there again? Maybe pick up some more?
It says I'm down to about 22 minutes of repairs left, so I should be able to get out there towards the end of the race.
Good, good. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, you might be able to pick up a couple more positions. So, all right. Well, good luck, Matt.
Oh, thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks for talking with me. All right. That's going to give the lead up to Brian Wilderson as Brian beat Matthew Thunhorst off of pit road. It puts Brian in the lead now. He was chasing Matthew. It seems like Matthew is a little bit better on new tires. So we'll see how this restart goes. A couple lap cars up ahead of him. Looks like the number 3 of Doug Hess back out there. He will get the iRacing way by along with Sean Medling. Of course, Sean Medling's I think he's having internet problems too. Because I'm showing him not even there now. Interesting. All right, here we go, folks. Pace car in. Brian Wilderson and Matthew Thunhorst on the front row. Colin Fern and John Schweikert, second row. And we have a green. Boy, what a start by Brian Wilderson. Thunhorst and Colin Fern going at it. Fern trying to hold him off, or trying to get by him, but Thunhorst just too strong. Will take that position back away. And Fern tries to stay right ahead of John Schweikert, so that was probably a good, smart move by him. Says, you know, the longer we race there, the more of a chance Schweikert's going to have to get up there. Well, that was a good, smart move by Colin Fern. Stephen Massey in 5th as the field's all gaggled back up together. Right now we have about 16 drivers on the track. Rob Burns on pit road in 15th, but that's going to allow Doug Hess and Anthony Thitchner to get back around him. Mark Figueroa, 6th place. Has a little damage on the left side, but nothing that serious that he isn't going to be able to continue. Jeremy Rubin, 7th place. Great run for Jeremy today. Justin Bland in 8th. Ken Worley up to the 9th place. Still got that damage on that left front, but it's not hindering how that truck, or how that car, is handling. Luis Salmaso, top 10 in the Red Bull car. Sweet looking ride there, Luis. Michael Kinner, last one on the lead lap, 11th place. Thunhorst all over Brian Wilderson now. Wants that lead back. This is getting interesting up here now. Now we've reached over 100 laps out of the 250. Thunhorst taking a look on the inside of Brian Wilderson if he can hold it. Wilderson taps the wall. Lap traffic coming into play here is the number 42 of Chris Surkoy stays out of the way from these leaders. Down the backstretch, drag racing down the backstretch. Colin Fern joining in on that fun. He has really got the Wheaties car up in the field here, man. This is great. Oh, we got a caution. Just about the time that, Ken Worley going around. About the time that Matthew Thunhorst was going to make a move there on Brian Wilderson, the caution flies. So let's go check out here what happened to Ken Worley. Oh, he caught that apron right there. That's it. Just really on that curb is what really does that, folks. Just barely caught that curb in there, unsettled that car, and it's gonna make him spin out. So looks like everybody else gets by cleanly. Luis Salmaso gets by, and looks like Ken's gonna keep it to the inside. Nobody's gonna touch him. But he is going to have a little more damage added to the damage that he already had. Now, Colin Fern stays out to lead a lap. Luis Almaso and Michael Kinner. Well, we'll see if we can't maybe get a word in here with, how about Michael Kinner? Michael Kinner, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you, Rudy.
Well, back in third place. Your car running pretty good tonight. You've been keeping it right up there almost all night.
Yeah, it's not too bad. A little bit tight on me, but other than that, I made a couple adjustments on that last pit stop. Went a lap down and got lucky, got the lucky dog, but figured I'd stay out for some track position because that's pretty important here at Martinsville.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hard to pass, but one thing I was talking to Anthony earlier, that I did see a couple of guys make some passes on the outside, but you really got to pinch the guy down a lot on the inside and make him use up his tires. It's patience. You got to be patient with him. You can do it if you can hold that outside line. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying I've seen it being done tonight, so it's kind of a little bit of a inside thing I probably shouldn't be saying, but
yeah, that's some good info to have for sure. You better be able to trust that guy on the inside if you are going to pinch him down a little bit. These guys are really good, but
yeah,
you really got to trust him.
Yeah, definitely. Well, good luck out there, brother, and hopefully you can get at the victory lane. That would be really cool, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yes, sir. Hopefully you brought me some good luck by talking to me, Rudy.
Well, I hope so, because it seems like I got the worst luck. I always jinx everybody. So, all right, have fun and good luck.
All right, thanks, brother.
All right, so Colin Fern, oh, doggone it, I did that again. Colin Fern going to be bringing him to the green as a pace car heads for pit road. And we've got 140 laps to go when they cross the line, folks. And he's on the loud pedal. Luis Almaso, second place. And look at Brian Wilderson already diving it to the inside of Luis, taking over second. He knows he cannot waste any time, because it's a gaggle back here of cars that these guys, man, they're all racing for position. Stephen Massey almost getting into the back of Thunhorst and Michael Kinner. And we have another caution. Oh, Anthony Thitchner into the wall. Catching that apron is what I've been seeing. These guys catching that that curb. It's not really an apron in the turns. It's a curb. And it just totally upsets that car. Let's see what he does here. Okay, he survived that, but it was enough that it really... Oh, there's exactly what happened. Okay. But boy, he did a good job trying to save that. but not too bad though. He's going to add a little more insult to injury, but I think he'll be all right. It didn't add that much damage. Colin Fern's still staying out there. Brian Wilderson second, Luis Almaso third, Michael Kinner fourth, and Matthew Thunhurst rounding out the top five. Well, I hope everybody's having a good night here tonight, Tuesday night. I definitely want to tune in here. Tomorrow night, we'll be broadcasting the Top Fuel Racing Indy Series. If you want to tune in for that tomorrow night. We're going live approximately 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on MaxSpeedTV YouTube. But thank you again for joining us here tonight. We appreciate it. All right, lights are off on the pace car, and we're about to go green. Pace car is in. Colin Fern. And he is, boy, he didn't waste any time. Brian Wilderson going to try to stay with him, and Luis Almaso. And here comes Matthew Thunhurst in fourth place. Now he's looking for a way to get by Luis again. Seems like that was the position they were in here just a few laps ago. Wilderson closing in on Colin Fern. Colin got a heck of a start on that green flag start, but boy, Brian Wilderson closed right up on him. Back here, Thunhurst, unable to get by Luis Almaso right now, is kind of being held up. And there he goes. Luis Almaso going to go backwards. Thunhurst passes him cleanly there in the turn. Figueroa, next one to try to get by Luis. And we got a lead change up here. Racing. Look at this. Brian Wilderson. Colin Fern. And it looks like Colin Fern's going to beat Brian Wilderson. That shows you that high line, just as I was talking about. You get such a great run off of that high side. It's so hard to pass on the bottom. It looks like Brian is going to complete the pass on him, though. Just take patience. You got to wait and wait and wait and just stay there. Thunhurst, now as those guys were battling, has reeled them in and making it a three-car pull away. 2 seconds back to Luis Almaso. We have a caution, and I think I see Michael Kinner, looks like, might have been the caution there. Let's go back here and check out what happened to Michael Kinner. I think it was him. caught that curb again. Everybody's catching that curb in the turns. But he spins it around, hits the wall, and gets it going again. I'm really kind of surprised that the caution even come out, really. Well, looks like a lot of guys coming to pit road. Colin Fern. He's bringing a bunch of them down. Thunhorst. Luis Salmaso on pit road. Mark Figueroa. As these guys all come to a stop in their pit stalls. Four tire change in order, and we are at the halfway mark, folks. So halfway through the race already. I'll tell you what, Colin Fern has just been extremely good on his pit stops. He beat Matthew Thunhorst off pit road once again. But up front, Brian Wolison going to be restarting in the top spot. All right, as more people stop for pit stops, John Schweikert stopped. Ken Worley still on pit road. Looks like Anthony Fitchner has taken his car behind the wall, but AJ Scarborough back out on the track. Sat there and got that car fixed up. Very good. Already picked up one position just going around the track a couple times. All right, so let's see if we're going to get back under green here. Looks like Anthony Fitchner and Sean Medling out of the race. All right, lights are out. We're ready to start them off here, guys. So get ready for some more racing here. Pace car is in. Brian Wilson and Colin Fern on the front row have been the battle here, but they got Matthew Thunhorst right behind him. And boy, look at Brian Wilson hitting that loud pedal. Green, green, green. Luis Salmaso now under fire by Mark Figueroa. And he's going to lose that position to Mark. That's the closest Mark's been to the front here today. Fourth place. Good job. Started sixth and got way back in the field, but he got himself back into fourth now, so that's some hard work right there. Let's run around through the field here one time to see where everybody started and where they're running. Brian Wilson started second. Led 40 laps, running in the lead right now. Colin Fern started fifth, led 16 laps. Taking a look on the inside of Brian Wilson one more time. Running in second. Matthew Thunhorst was our pole sitter. Running in third, has led 55 laps. Mark Figueroa started sixth, running in fourth. Luis Salmaso started eighth, led 18 laps, running in fifth. Justin Bland started 10th, running in sixth. Michael Kinner started 14th, led a lap, running in 7th. Stephen Massey started 19th. Hasn't led yet, running in 8th. Jeremy Rubin, last one on the lead lap, started 4th, running in 9th. John Schweikert, now a lap down, started 17th, led a lap, running in 10th. Waiting on a caution to get that lap back. We have a brand new leader, Colin Fern. Matthew Thunhorst gets around Brian Wilderson. Brian Wilderson going backwards. Figueroa gets by him. What happened to Brian Wilderson? Luis Salmaso driving them turns a little hard. That does bring out a caution here. Let's see what happened. Stephen Massey going around. Looks like he just got loose coming off the turns. Back and watch this one more time. Right there, he just gets loose and can't save it. But he keeps it off of the wall. That's the important thing. He doesn't need any more damage on that car. Alright, back up front. Let's see. Colin Fern. I'm going to see if I can't get a word in with somebody here. How about Ken Worley? Ken Worley, you got a copy? Ken Worley, are you there? Alright, he's not there. So let's try, how about Jeremy Rubin? I haven't talked to Jeremy. Jeremy Rubin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Rudy?
Hey, doing good. How are you doing? That's my concern.
Oh, I just got caught up in a little fender bender there with, I believe it was Mike Skinner, Michael Kinner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, coming off the corner, it sounded like he got onto the curb, and I couldn't hit the brakes fast enough. Got into his rear end, but should still be good to go here.
Well, you're
decent piece here for Southwest Airlines, but you know, it's Martinsville.
You're restarting 7th. Man, you haven't led any laps yet. Can you get up there and lead any, you think?
You know, I don't know. It's the guys up front there, whether the 6 and the 1 and the 31 and even the 13. They're fast. They're fast, and I can't run with them consistently, but.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to work there, brother, and hopefully you can get at the victory lane.
Yes, sir. Hope to talk to you after the race.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're about to go green, folks. All right, pace car's in. And Colin Fern hits the throttle, and so does Thunhorse, but Thunhorse smokes the tires on that start. Figueroa getting by Luis, and here comes Brian Wilderson getting by him. Justin Bland makes a move to the inside. And it looks like he's going to beat Luis off of the turn. And goes into 5th place. Michael Kinner back in 8th place, dealing with a lot of damage, and we have another caution, folks. Oh, the 42 and 5, Chris Zerkois, and the number 5 there of AJ Scarborough. Let's go watch this one more time, folks. Chris Zerkois looks like he's trying to stay out of the way here. And I would say it looks like AJ may have drove it into that turn really hard. Cut it right to the bottom. Let's see. He's coming down the stretch at a full pace here. And he just dives it to the bottom, thinking that he might have had Chris cleared. but he didn't. And both of them get together. So that may have ended somebody's day or close to it. I don't know. They did get a little damage, but not a whole lot. Okay, so back up front, we still have Colin Fern in the lead, Matthew Thunhorse second. Thunhorse said he's trying to do another sweep this round. They are in the eliminator round starting here at Martinsville this week. Taking a look at it, they go to Texas next week, I believe, then on to Phoenix, and that ends the eliminator round. Then they move on to the championship at Homestead. So be looking forward to that one. Only 3 races left after tonight, folks. And they will be crowning the champion here. And you'll be able to catch it right here on MaxSpeedTV. All right, coming to almost to 100 laps to go. We're just about to that point. Lights are out on the pace car. Colin Fern and Matthew Thunhorse on the front row. Mark Figueroa and Brian Wilderson second row. Pace car's in. And here we go. Green, green, green. Wilderson all over the back of Thunhorse. Figueroa trying to figure out a way to get by Thunhorse. Not going to happen right now. Justin Bland in fifth spot. He was trying to figure out a way to get by Brian Wilderson, but that wasn't meant to be. Stephen Massey, sixth place. And Luis Salmaso still hanging on to seventh. He said he might join me in the booth later, but he's still hanging in there, running really good. Top 10 here tonight. Jeremy Rubin, we talked to him just a few minutes ago. He said he got a little bit of damage on his car, but he said it's still pretty fast. He's just going to try to hang in there and stay in the grasp of a win. Michael Kinner with a lot of damage on the front end of his car now. If we can get down here a little closer, you can see a lot of damage on that front. John Schweiker finally getting back on the lead lap now. He got a lap down earlier, which I didn't see how he got a lap down, but somehow he did manage to get a lap down. Now back on the lead lap, running in the top 10. Cole Johnson, first one a lap down, hanging in there. If a car should come out, Nicole would be the way by. Chris Surcoy's in 12th. He is many laps down. Doug Hess back out on the track, many laps down. Rob Burns in 14th. And looks like that's all that's out on the track at the moment. 14 cars left in the race, folks. And we have a pass for the lead. Matthew Thunhorse drives it into turn hard. and he will retake the lead, bouncing off the wall and everything. Oh, we got a spinner back there. Trying to see who that was. Brian Wolderson looks like got into the wall. Let's go see what happened here to Brian. Got around Mark Figueroa, running into third position, and he just gets loose in the turn himself. And he tried to get it stopped, but no dice. Hits the wall pretty good. He's going to have a pretty good amount of damage on that car, I believe. We'll get him back going here, and yeah, you can see he's got a lot of damage. So he's not going to be nowhere near as fast as he was, and now he's back in 10th place. Well, he was. He's guys are pitting now. That's going to put Luis Salmaso back in the lead, but a lot of guys coming to pit road. Let's check it out. Thunhorse on pit road. Colin Fern, Mark Figueroa, Michael Kinner. Well, I was going to see if I could maybe get a word in with John Schweiker. Let's see if I can get him down here. John, you got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, Rudy?
Well, boy, you started in the back of the field, and you've got yourself up to the front now. You've only led one lap. Do have a little bit of damage on that front, but not a whole lot. Just enough to say you got some. And did you even know how you got that?
Probably hit the wall, hit other cars, hit the pace car. You know, I'm just not very good at this track, Rudy.
Well, I don't think anybody out here is going to be very good. This is just kind of one of them tracks where, you know, tempers are going to flare. You know that. It's just a tough track to race. And but you got yourself in a good position here. You got less than 100 to go. You think you got a victory in sight?
I would love to say yes, but I love this track. I'm just not really good here. Setup's good. I'm not. It's just one of them ones where, like, I stay out, go to the front, pit, go to the back, blah, 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 you know, and just trying to survive. And, you know, it's definitely not my night. So I'm just here to have a good time. And whoever wins is definitely, you know, whoever wins. I'm just having fun, man.
All right. Well, good luck, John, and maybe we'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Rudy. You have a good time broadcasting, and thanks for whoever's viewing this. This is a lot of fun tonight.
All right, buddy. Okay, so Luis Salmaso going to bring him to the green as the pace car is ready to dive onto pit road. It does, and they usually don't get started until they come out of the turn. We'll see how this is going to go, and he's right on the gas. Thunhorse to the inside of John Schweiker. He's got the inside, but that outside line has been pretty decent tonight. Schweiker still holding off Thunhorse. Oh, and they get together. Oh, man, and I just was talking to John. No way, I jinxed them. Oh, I do that all the time. Why is that? I'm just bad luck for everybody. See him come out of the turn here in just a second. Him and Thunhorse side by side. Looks like he's trying to pinch Thunhorse down. He gets loose. Gets into the side of Thunhorse, not once, but oh, he just barely misses him. And no place for the 31 of, Colin Fern to go, so he's going to get damaged too. Dang, Michael Kinner gets a piece of it. So I guess I jinxed him again. Back up front. Sorry about that, John. You know me and that jinx. The Thunhorse, he'll be second. Justin Bland third. Stephen Massey fourth. Jeremy Rubin, fifth spot. Nicole Johnson, sixth. Back on the lead lap. Mark Figueroa in seventh. And from there on back, we got guys on pit road trying to get damage fixed up. But we've still got a lot of guys out there on the track, though. Matt Moritz back on the track. Rob Burns many laps down coming to pit road. Doug Hess in 13th position with a lot of damage on that car. Chris Surcoy's on pit road. John Schweigert on pit road. Brian Wilderson now back in 10th place. He's got a little bit of damage. I'm sure he'll be trying to get as much as he can fixed up under caution as they come around to catch up to the field. And we're back up front with our leader, Luis Salmaso. Alright, the lights are out. They're going to be doubling up here. We're going back green next time, folks. Matthew Thunhorst on the outside of Luis. Pace car's in. Thunhorst gets up there ready to hit the gas. Waiting for Luis to go, and Luis hits the throttle. And we are back under green here at Martinsville. Justin Bland in third. Look at this run for Justin today. He goes to the inside of Matthew Thunhorst. Oh, they almost get together. Stephen Massey around the outside of Justin Bland. See if he can make that work. Boy, he does a good job of it too. Look at that. Comes right down across Justin Bland and goes into third. Now this is the closest Stephen has been to the front. He's been close, but not quite this far up. Jeremy Rubin running in fifth. Mark Figueroa, 6th. Nicole Johnson, 7th. We're creeping up on, we got about 75 to go, folks. Laps are clicking down pretty quick. Colin Fern trying to get back up here, make the best of what he can. Has a ton of damage on that front. Doesn't seem to be affecting the speed, but I'll bet you it knocked the toe out because he took a pretty good hit. Thunhorse to the lead. Out front where he wants to be in that clean air, and we have another caution. Looks like Figueroa, we got several of them into it there. Let's go see what happened. Justin Bland, oh, right there. Jeremy Rubin getting punted by Mark Figueroa. If we can get a little bit better view here, I think. This is about where he come into the turn. Justin Bland went up high. It looks like Jeremy Rubin stayed down low, and Mark Figueroa gets into the back of them, and that's what brings the caution out, folks. But Mark's going to get hit from behind by the number 41 there of Nicole Johnson. No place to go. All right, back up front, Jeremy Rubin staying out. He wants to lead a lap, and he does. Looks like a lot of other people coming to pit road. We've got some already on pit road. Brian Wilderson, Doug Hess, some guys all coming off pit road now, trying to beat that leader around. But Jeremy Rubin staying out. He gets to lead a lap. Now he's got Matthew Thunhorst right behind him, and Matthew did pit. So he's going to have fresher tires. Stephen Massey in third, Luis Almaso fourth, Justin Bland fifth, Michael Kinner in sixth, Colin Fern seventh as he comes down pit road. He's probably going to lose that position. Brian Wilderson on pit road as well. Figueroa out there, will pass up both of them and go into the seventh position. And Nicole Johnson trying to catch up. Will pass up Brian Wilderson and Colin Fern and go into eighth. Looks like John Schweikert has retired from the race, so he's back in 11th right now, with the possibility of he could lose some more positions here, because we got Chris Surcois running 17 laps down, Rob Burns 23 laps down, and I doubt Matt Moritz is going to get up there. But Jeremy Rubin about to get him going here as the pace car takes the pit road. Matthew Thunhorst on the outside. And green. A little bit of tire spin, but not bad. Stephen Massey to the inside of Matthew Thunhorst. And I believe he is going to take that position from him. Yes, he does. Oh, Justin Bland catching that curb in the turn. It's been really bad for these guys tonight. Well, John Schweikert retiring from the race. Says we'll see you next week. He's got a good setup for next week, so we'll be looking for him to get to victory lane next week at Texas. That'll be an awesome race, folks. You don't want to miss that. Stephen Massey for the lead for the first time today. Thunhorst keeping the pressure on him. Waiting for him to make a mistake so he can retake that lead. He's been out front for 59 laps today. And I'm not too sure, but he may lead the most laps here. We'll have to see how the rest of this race goes. I don't know, the way Stephen Massey's driving right now, he could lead the most laps. There's enough laps left. Justin Bland hanging on in third. Jeremy Rubin fourth. Luis Almaso in fifth. Nicole Johnson in sixth place. Was caught up in that wreck but didn't get that much damage. Colin Fern hanging on here in seventh place with a lot of damage on that car from earlier, but it looks like he has got some of it fixed up. Brian Wilderson, 8th place. He's got heavy damage. Michael Kinner, another one with heavy damage, running in ninth. Last one on the lead lap right now. The field has shrank a lot, but we've still got a lot of cars out there on the track, folks. Massey's starting to put a little distance on Matthew Thunhorst. Justin Bland trying to reel them guys in as he's starting to get away from Jeremy Rubin now a little bit. Jeremy falling back. He's about 6/10 behind Justin Bland right now, and we've got a change for the lead. Matthew Thunhorst gets around Stephen Massey, goes back into the lead. I'm not sure how that happened, but let's go back here and watch this, folks. I'm sure no doubt it was a good clean pass. Looks like Thunhorst is, yes he does, just a good clean pass there. It kind of almost looked like Stephen Massey may have just pulled over and let him go by. Thunhorst taps the wall coming off the turn, but not enough to slow him down. Since Thunhorst has got out in clean air, he is pulling away from Stephen Massey. Matt Moritz trying to make the best of it, hoping he can pick up a few more positions, but he is 115 laps down. I'm almost betting he ain't going to pick up maybe one or two more positions here, but it is possible. William Prue is out of the race. Ken Worley and Anthony Thitchner, which they're ahead of him, but it's possible he could pick up a couple more positions. Justin Bland with a podium, looking at a podium finish. Colin Fern getting by Jeremy Rubin and going into fourth. Quite a tight field right here. Let's see, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Nicole Johnson in the 7th place. Has gotten a lot of damage on the back of the car, but just had to been from like somebody hitting her in the back or something there. I'm not really sure, but still seems to be pretty fast. And getting around Chris Serkois. Chris running back in 11th place at the moment. Has a possibility here. Yes, he does pass up Mark Figueroa. Mark on pit road, so Chris goes into 10th. Thunhorst with a 2.1 second lead over Stephen Massey now. And he's coming up on a lap car of Doug Hess. Doug running in 14th position, 41 laps down. And he stays out of the way and lets the leader go by. Matthew just on a free ride right now. He is just setting sail here, 47 to go. Massey did what he wanted to do, though. He got out there and led some laps for that bonus point. That's what these guys work for. Colin Fern leading 40 laps today. Did get around a few other drivers and has got himself here set for a podium finish, but I believe they are going to have to pit one more time here before the end of the race. So I'm not sure if we're going to see green flag pit stops or what, but another battle that's getting ready to happen here is between Jeremy Rubin and Luis Salmaso. That's kind of been building here for a little while. Luis has been running real well. Let's ride along with Luis here for a minute. And he is right there on the tail of Jeremy Rubin. And that is for position 2, them two running 5th and 6th. Jeremy just cannot shake Luis right now, and Luis just don't have the horses to get by him. Jeremy a little loose in the turn. That opened the door up. And it looks like Luis is going to take that position from Jeremy Rubin and goes into 5th. All it takes is a slip. You just stay right there with somebody. Eventually, sometime or another, they will make a mistake, and that's exactly what Jeremy did, and Luis capitalized on that. Cole Johnson, 7th place. Brian Wilderson back out there on the track in 8th. Last one on the lead lap, but he has got a mirror full of the leader. And he gets out of the way, lets the leader go by. So Brian Wilderson will be the first one a lap down now if a caution comes out. Colin Fern trying to run down Stephen Massey. He's about 2.2 seconds behind Stephen right now. We'll keep an eye out, see if he can close that gap up or not. It looks like he might be clicking off a 10th here or there. Now he comes up on lap traffic here of Chris Turquoise. Chris gets out of the way and lets Jeremy go by, or Colin go by. Justin Bland in 4th. It was looking like he was going to have a podium finish today, but it just wasn't meant to be today. So far, it could still happen. It could still happen. Matthew Thunhorse with a 4.1 second lead over second place Stephen Massey. Just in cruise mode at the moment, but he does have a little bit of damage on the front of that car. You can see just a little tiny bit there on the front left corner. Just enough to kind of buckle the hood up a little bit. I don't know if we can get a better view of that looking out. Now you can't really see it looking out the windshield, but you can see a little bit of a damage. Jeremy Rubin trying to hang on to Luis Salmaso, but since Salmaso got by Jeremy Rubin, he's pulled away by over a second, about 1.2 seconds. He's closed up on Justin Bland now. got a top 5 finish here if he can, stay steady. We're coming to 25 to go here before too much longer, folks. So I may have been wrong on that. They may not have to stop for another pit stop. I was thinking they would have to stop one more time. Thunhorse coming up on Chris Turquoise to put him another lap down. Chris in 10th place. 20 laps down right now. He does drive it to the bottom. Chris lets him have the lane, and he completes the pass on Chris Turquoise. Some guys did stop, though. Brian Wilderson now is 3 laps down, excuse me. And he's trying to chase down Michael Kinner, which is Mike is a whole lap ahead of Brian Wilderson in 8th. And he will be the way by if a caution does come out. And we are at 25 to go here, folks, when they cross the line. All right, so let's run around here. Matthew Thunhorse was our pole sitter. Is running in first and has led 94 laps. Stephen Massey running in second after starting 19th today. Probably the biggest mover out there on the track. We all know what the biggest mover is. The guy that starts the furthest back and pulls it toward the front, being the biggest mover. I'd say he probably would get that. Colin Fern led 40 laps, started 5th, running in 3rd. Justin Bland started 10th, running in 4th. Luis Salmaso started 8th, running in 5th, and has led 34 laps today. Jeremy Rubin started 4th, running in 6th. He got the lead 6 laps. Nicole Johnson, first one a lap down, started 13th, running in 7th. Michael Kinner started 14th, led a lap, and is running in 8th. Brian Wilderson started 2nd, was on the front row there next to Matthew Thunhorse. Led 41 laps earlier, and now running in 9th. Chris Turquoise started 15th, running in 10th. Rob Burns started 12th, running in 11th. Doug Hess started 3rd, got mired into a couple of wrecks, and is now back in 12th place. And it looks like that's all that's on the track right now running, folks. Everybody else has retired from the race or sitting on pit road with too much damage to continue. So back up front, our leader, Matthew Thunhorse, with 19 to go. And this time by will have led 100 laps. Well, it's been a long one here for these guys. Let's take a look at the summary here and see what we got. 12 cautions for 59 laps, and we've had a couple of really good long green flag runs here today. And it looks like this is just another one. See if it stays green the rest of the way. Man, that'll be an awesome, awesome finish. I know I say awesome a lot. Looking at the chase grid real quick here before these guys capitalize on a great win and a great race here. This is the first race of the Eliminator round. Next week it's on to Texas. Then the week after that, Phoenix. And the last and final race at Homestead in the championship round. And I just wanted to show you guys last week's winners. Doug Hess winning the Gen 6 Series, and Ronnie Norman winning the Truck Series. So congratulations to both those drivers for wins last week. Great races too. I broadcasted the Gen 6 race at Talladega, and that was just wow, what a fabulous finish in that race. You can go back and catch that on right here on MaxSpeedTV YouTube. Look it up in their playlist, or you can catch it on their YouTube channel as well. Stephen Massey, 6.8 seconds behind the leader. These guys are struggling with loose cars right now, but nobody wants to pit and give up that valuable track position. So you just got to deal with the looseness. The tires are probably pretty much shot. As Stephen Massey drives around Michael Kinner, Colin Fern in third and is closing on Stephen Massey. He has been working at it for quite some time now. I don't know if there's enough laps left for him to get up there and try to get second away from Stephen. Catching him's one thing, but getting by him's another. Looks like Colin has been into the wall a couple of times too, because he does have a little bit of right front damage now he didn't have before. Delmaso getting by Justin Bland going into fourth. Justin Bland back to fifth. Jeremy Rubin now showed as a lap down, running in sixth place. The leader just passes him. Matthew Thunhorst puts him a lap down. And I don't know, but that could be, we're seeing this. Colin Fern has closed that gap up even more on Stephen Massey. Only 1.4 seconds separating them two. Oh, and he taps the wall, using that to kind of bounce off of it to keep that going. All right, Luis Salmaso, fourth place. We'll keep an eye on Stephen Massey and Colin Fern. 6 laps to go. Thunhorst in the lead by 7.9 seconds. He's just in cruise mode out here looking at victory lane. I'm sure his tires are probably falling off quite a bit, just like everybody else's, but you just have to deal with it. You have to just back up your corners even more. Probably use your brakes a lot more. Oh, it does change your style of racing when you're out there. Colin Fern now within 0.7 of a second. 5 laps to go. And boy, did he ever close up on Stephen Massey right there. He's within 0.5 second, folks. Four laps to go. Does he have enough to get there and get by Stephen Massey to take second place from him? And he taps the wall again. Just a tap, just enough to steady the car up. They get around Chris Serkois and he closes that gap even more. And he does hit the wall again. This is the battle, but we got 2 to go. Matthew Thunhorst coming around to take the white flag, folks. 1 more lap to go here at Martinsville. 12 cautions, many lead changes. Half a lap to go. Matthew Thunhorst going to lead 118 laps today out of the 250. Coming off of turn 4 and crossing the finish line first, Matthew Thunhorst with the win here at Martinsville. And Stephen Massey second. Colin Fern will be third. All right, folks, we'll give them a minute here to congratulate our winner, and we'll be back in just a second to talk to the drivers. Matthew Thunhurst, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations on your win here tonight, brother. You led 118 laps out of this race. Man, I'm telling you, you got to tell me how you did it.
It's it was I had a good setup. Worked with the guys all week. We brought it strong. I was thinking we had this position. It was just how the dominoes fell, and I know the one incident that happened with Schweikert was one of the things I was worried about. Just I know my teammate Colin got caught up wrong into that, but just really ran a good race. It was a race of attrition. I can't thank the lap cars enough for the respect, and I just wish Brian would have not had that incident where he ended up getting some damage, because I think if he would have been with me, we would have had one heck of a finish for the fans.
Yeah, definitely, because I'll tell you, he was just as strong as you were, Matthew. I mean, I know you battled him for the longest time there at the beginning of the race, and he led a lot of laps today too, 41. But nobody had enough to beat you out there today. It just seemed like, even though it was a race of attrition, like you said, you still had to have a great setup, and you were very smooth on your entry and exits of the turns as I was watching, and just on a Sunday drive there at the last part of the race, because you'd pulled away a long ways from Stephen Massey.
I might have had a big lead, but by no means was it a Sunday drive for me. Because if I would have made mistakes, they would have been on me. They still forced me to be on me, or be on my A game, even though I might have had a lead. So I know it might not have been a thrilling finish that we might have had on Sunday, but I hope we gave the fans at least a good show there at the end.
All right. Well, anybody you want to thank, Matthew?
A lot of people. We'd be here for 5 minutes, but I want to give a shout out to Nick Olson, my owner. We're going to Homestead, baby.
Yes, sir. Well, this is the first race of the Eliminator round. You got Texas and then on to Phoenix. Do you have good sets for there, or haven't you even tried?
I think we got some good stuff for Texas and Phoenix, so the goal at this point is to see if we can get the other YGR car and Colin Fern there in the Homestead race and see if we might be able to bring this home for the team.
All right, buddy. Well, we're going to be looking forward to seeing you next week and see what you can do at Texas. So congratulations to you. Go celebrate here tonight at Martinsville. Well-deserved win.
Oh, yeah. All the bars will be freaking going crazy tonight.
All right. Thanks. All right, let's see if we can catch up with second place, Stephen Massey, if I can find him. There he is. Stephen Massey, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got a copy.
Well, second place tonight, boy, I'll tell you, it looked like you had just used up every bit of your tires out there trying to stay ahead of Colin Fern. He was closing and he was coming fast, so I'm sure you were doing a lot of mirror driving about them last 10 laps, weren't you?
Most cases I would, but I told myself I had to look forward. There's no way I could do. If I did mirror driving right there, I would have lost second place to Colin. That's why I kept my eyes forward. I killed my tires. Plus, I had a lot of damage. I got in 3 incidents tonight. The car wasn't as fast as I wanted it to be, but, ultimately, I guess it was a good race.
Well, good run out there tonight. You led 9 laps, so that does get you some bonus points. First race of this Eliminator round. You got Texas and Phoenix to go in the Eliminator round. What do you got for them?
I plan on spoiling them because I really feel like I should be in the chase. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these chase guys were really happy when I got eliminated last week. Being Talladega, I got taken out, and I'm more motivated now than ever to go out here and be a spoiler. Martinsville's my worst track, by the way, so pretty confident.
Well, if you were eliminated, now all you got to do is just go out there and try to get some wins. That can change the outcome of the championship right there, just by you being out there and dominating and getting some wins.
Yeah, exactly. And now, not nervous. You know what I mean? I'm not freaking out about every single thing. I can just go out there and race,
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Well, anybody you want to thank tonight, Stephen?
Mark Figueroa, Matthew Thunhorst. By the way, congratulations to him. He just kicked our butt tonight. He was just unbeatable.
And I'd like to thank ECR League for, this everything that they do to make this happen. It's kind of unreal to realize how much they do for us and how much we got going on here. And I mean, it really means a lot when you get on here on Tuesday and race, and you're really worried about it. It means you care about it. It means they've made something for you to care about. And I want to thank ECR League at last for that. And thank you guys again for broadcasting.
All right, Stephen. Well, we'll be watching for you next week at Texas, and congrats on second place tonight.
Thank you.
All right, one more to catch up with here. Let me see if I can find him. Colin Fern. He is in here. Colin Fern, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good. Well, you kept the Wheaties car in contention tonight, and you bring it home here third place on the podium. How does that make you feel?
Well, it feels pretty good, especially, we had as much of a roller coaster night as anybody could really have. We had the speeding penalty, we led a bunch of laps, went back to the back of the pack, got caught up in the middle of the pack, had a couple guys stay out on old tires, got caught up in that big wreck there, a lot of front-end damage. But the Young Guns team, Nick Olson, everybody back at the shop did a good job. They put a nice lot of bear bond on that front end there, and it held on to the last 50 laps or so.
Well, you were closing up on Stephen Massey. We were watching you from about, 12 or 13 laps to go, and you closed up on him right down really close. And I know I had to have been making him nervous, but he said he wasn't doing any mirror driving because he said his tires were gone, and he was really just trying to focus on looking out the windshield, wasn't looking in the mirror. So were your tires pretty shot too?
Yeah, my left sides, I hadn't changed my left sides. I didn't take the tires when I was trying to get my damage fixed. Didn't really have time. I was more focused on making sure that I didn't blow up. So I haven't taken left sides since I was in the wreck. I don't know what lap that was on or so, but whenever I was in the wreck, this is the last time I took left sides. Took right sides on the last caution. So my left sides are pretty gone. My right sides, I used up about 2 or 3 to go. When he started opening that back up, that's when my tires are gone.
Yeah. Well, great run tonight, Colin. Finishing third. Anybody you want to thank?
I got to thank Nick Olson, Matthew Thunhorse, everybody that helped out with the setup this week. They did a great job. I want to thank my grandma. I know she's going to watch this tomorrow. She's awesome, so I want to thank her. And thank you, Rudy, for doing a good job up here in the booth, man. Nice job.
You're very welcome, and that is really awesome that you thought of your grandma like that. That's pretty touching, to be honest. So, all right, well, congrats, and go celebrate, brother, and we'll see you on to Texas next week, correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, buddy. All right, folks, let's run down through the results here real quick, and we'll get out of here. I know you're probably tired of hearing my voice. Matthew Thunhorse coming home the winner here tonight. Stephen Massey in second. Colin Fern third. Luis Salmaso with a great finish in fourth place. Justin Bland fifth. Jeremy Rubin sixth. Nicole Johnson seventh. Michael Kinner eighth. Brian Wodelson ninth. Chris Serkois 10th. Rob Burns finishing 11th. Doug Hess in 12th. Mark Figueroa in 13th. John Schweikert finishing 14th. Matt Moritz in 15th. Will Prue in 16th, Ken Worley 17th, Anthony Thitchner in 18th, AJ Scarborough in 19th, Sean Medling 20th. Ron Miller finishing in 21st, dead last on the field. So, congratulations again to our winner here, Matthew Thunhorse, and it's on to Texas next week for the second part of the next to the last round. I should say the last round before the championship. So, on to Texas next week. So, till then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.